Welcome to episode 8 of our expansion challenge series for Farming Simulator 25. It's been about a month of real time since we put out a video, but I got a lot of work done. I'm finally able to sit down and record a video. We have massive changes. We dumped the majority of one of our businesses. We got a couple other ones started. I'm going to go into today's video and show you some stuff we've been doing, and we got a lot of work we can get done. So this is our first property here of our expansions. One thing I wanted to note over here is that we have built in a automatic watering system into our greenhouses, so we no longer have to water these guys every time. So that's been a huge deal. So we'll probably expand our greenhouses at some point. Right now, we are doing about 20 bales or so of silage over here right now. So we're not really in the silage business anymore, which I'll explain to you. But we are doing a little bit over here since we have this beautiful silage baler. We're going to keep it and use it. So let's go ahead and jump over to our other properties. You guys in the last video have seen me explain most everything. Well, everything's changed again. We now have a tailor shop over here. So we're making clothes. Those of you that are here for the first time, this is a property we bought with our second. We have built, originally it was a sheep and a goat farm over here. Now we got both sheep here. We're producing a lot of wool. We're taking that wool and we've turned it into clothes, which we're storing right now. We have 31 pallets of clothing. This is our dog that we put down a dog house over here. We got to feed him real quick. Ugly Espresso is what they named him. I don't know why, but whatever. All right, let's go over here. We do have our semi-trailer parked over here now, one of them. We have several now. We'll go into that. We do have a good group of sheep over here, and we have our original spinnery over here where we're making fabric. Now what I've done over here, we have gotten rid of our huge silage pit. We've kind of gotten out of the silage business. Mostly, like I was saying earlier, we still do a little bit. We built a large spinnery over here, and we're kicking out cloth. So we got a lot of cloth going into our tailor shop. The storage over there, we've been taking out the round bales of silage and selling them ever so often, and we're putting more square bales in there. A property behind there is still just being mowed for grass and turning it into bales, so no reason to really go over there. When we ended the last video, we bought our next expansion property. I'm going to head over there and show you guys that in a second. This building over here, we had stored round bales in. Well, we don't round bale anymore, we square bale. So we have this full of 250 square bales for feeding our animals. So that's what we got there. So basically the operation here has now turned into strictly wool, clothing, and everything. That's our operation. We grow grass on this property to the right here. There's our shop. Now we took the goats out of here and we got rid of the dairy over here, and we've moved sheep over here and let it start to repopulate itself. So now we have sheep in here. We got 125 of the 219 raised so far. We got our AI guy going over here mowing. Let's go ahead and jump into, we do have this nice cattle trailer we bought for hauling our sheep. This is on the edge of our other property here. So that's that. Now, let's get into the massive upgrades. This, we had originally started, when we bought these two properties here, we started with a sawmill over here. Well, we got more of the trees cut out. We built a sawmill, bigger sawmill over here, which I need to fill up. But we're knocking all the trees out of this property here. So you can see we've built some stuff over here. These trees are actually cleared out, but they're still showing up on the map quite a bit. So we bought these two properties as part of our expansion in episode 7. So we're still working on clearing this out. And that's where we are now. So you can see a lot of these trees have been cleared. I've started knocking everything down around the little creek over here. You can see all the trees laying down. And we're hauling them up here with this winch, dropping them right here, and making wood. So I have built 2 goat barns over here that run the full length of the property down there, down the hill. This one is still growing right now. We got 76 of the 271, and we moved all of our other goats up here to this property. We're producing goat milk, but not quick enough to keep our new dairy up there going. So we got 262 of 264 here. You can see these go down all the way down to the end of our property, so, or the end of the map as far as we can build. Left a nice little area through here. Then I built a new dairy up here. This dairy is putting out goat's milk and goat butter, I believe is what I'm making, or goat cheese and butter. So we're getting quite a bit out of what little bit of milk we produce. This has been, I've sold 1 load already because I needed the money to do some other stuff. And I haven't made any wood for like 2 or 3 turns, and all this wood we got in here. 16 pallets of wood chips. We got a ton of stuff in here. So I bought this property across the street. First I bought the lumber mill over here. Then I ended up buying the whole property. So I've been hauling my wood over here and turning it into furniture. So we got, I mean, these planks last forever over here, and we're making a ton of furniture. So we need to get this stuff sold real soon. So we got that furniture. So we're in the furniture business, we're in the clothing business, we're in the dairy business, and we still got a slight bit of silage left. So I'm going to keep working this. We're going to get that stuff sold, get our eyes on our next property, which I'm considering this property over here. It has potential to build another goat barn here and use this whole property as a goat facility for the dairy. So it would be property 12. We could build a humongous goat barn right here, have it go out the majority of this property, and be able to really, really build out this dairy. This would be our goat system. It's a big field to waste, but potentially really has potential. We do have some of this ground right here around the creek we got with property 40. We're looking at potentially buying 12 here. I think 12 is the next logical step since we own, you know, let's get over to the farmland part of this. There we go. Everything in green here we own. So it would be a logical step, or going to one of these over here would be a logical step. But I think 12 makes the most sense to keep our dairy operation going. It's a very big property, very big. So we could knock a bunch of these trees down, build a dairy over here, build a goat barn over here, or cows, maybe cattle on this property. Something to make our dairy more productive. So that's going to be episode 8, just kind of showing you guys what's going on here. And I'm going to be putting out a lot more episodes on this series getting into more of the actual driving around and doing stuff. I just wanted to give you guys an update what's going on, get some of this stuff sold, get property 12 bought, and that's going to be our next direction. So we own Jackson's Sawmill. We are in the furniture business. We're in the dairy business. We're in the sheep and goat business. And we are in the lumber business, and we got a lot of lumber to play with. So we haven't even made a dent in this area. So this will all eventually be some type of pasture system. And the next property over, I'll probably build a house on. Not sure yet. But we got the challenge going pretty good here. So here, our next move will be 12, and then who knows after that. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit the follow button if you're watching on Rumble. We'll catch you guys on the next one.